Rwanda, a case study chosen. Mr. Erwin, you observe the three persons in front of you. I, Mr. Vicens, the president of Pano, your supervisor, Dr. Zafani, and the main assessor, Umwe. So you are most welcome, and then you are given 10 minutes for short presentation on your topic, please.
Thank you. President of the panel, and 10 members and audience.
There's no problem, we have a seat, no problem.
Okay. Welcome. So I'm Edwin Fasha, and I'm here to present my dissertation, my research presentation. That's why I'm here. So before I go a bit, before I get this topic, so I've told that there is many importance of the meeting around us after getting some information and attend the program. So that's why I've decided to write about this, and I get the chance of receiving it as my topic. So my presentation it is composed by the following. There is a declaration, general introduction, problem statement, research objective, findings of the research objective, conclusion and recommendation. Dear President of the panel, members and the audience, my project has a title which is called The Contribution of International Meeting to the Development of Hotel and Tourism of Rwanda. Already the international meeting plays a great role around in Rwanda, even on the hotel and tourism, as I'm going to come in a bit very soon. This book I declare that the research project is my own work. I'm the best of my knowledge and knowledge of authors or sources where I've gotten information. I've further declared that this work has not been submitted to any university or institution for an award of advanced diploma or any of equivalence. So, dear President of the panel, members and audience, this book entitled The Contribution of International Meeting to the Development of Hotel and Tourism of Rwanda with a case study of CHOGAM 2022. This book, it has 5 chapters. We shall look on the introduction, background, and the chapter 2, it's a literature review. Chapter 3, it's a research methodology. Chapter 4 is a data presentation and analysis, and the last chapter it will be a conclusion and recommendation. The background, let's talk about the background of the international meeting. An international meeting, conference and exhibition have been taught as an effective way to contact current and potential customers at a lower cost than alternative international service, or the adoption of advertising campaign to meet the multiple. Dear President of the panel and panel members and even our audience, and a deep analysis has shown that the Rwanda has a potential to become a successful MICE destination. The economic potential of the MICE sectors for Rwanda is outstanding, with the total revenues of the MICE sectors of $42 in 2022. Can travel up to $15 up to now, which are 16% of a national export earning of 34 of overall tourism recipient data took it from RWD, the annual report from 2021. The MICE industry in Rwanda will be an important drive for creation of the job and help to alleviate poverty. The overall objective is to evoke multiplier effect within the different sectors and within a region in Rwanda. Dear President of the panel members and audience, my problem statement, an international meeting make an important contribution toward the economy, which also impacts on the society, but some community still have the bad perception about the international meetings, where they think that it plays a big role on only the managers and even the employees within our hospitality. But that's why I come and help the society to understand that it does not bring the importance on only the hotel, and it even goes on the society. So it is though this observation that made people believe that they did not benefit from those meetings, and also a drawback even on educated people who are able to fit. It services and not think poor people in the community. Dear President of the panel and panel members, my research objective is about, it is in two ways. There is general and specific. My general objective is the contribution, to analyze the contribution of international meeting to the development of hotel and tourism in Rwanda. While the specific objective is to assess the benefit received by the country that holds an international meeting. That's one. The two is to evaluate the contribution of the international meeting to the development of hotel and tourism in Rwanda. The last one is about to find out the many types of international meetings. I've used many methodologies like an observation, questionnaires, interview, and even an internet research, and visiting many libraries. So my findings, my research has seen or I've seen that there is a great role of the hospitality within our countries, and even on the hospitality particularly, that will be, and that I will come in deep within a book as we get an opportunity of reading. And this research, it's a beneficial for many because tried to make a deep research. And it has shown that mostly 19% they will benefit, those hotels and the tourism will benefit from an international meetings. So, and there is many importance. Let's look on some like three benefits received by the country holding an international meeting as a country. So it helps people to share the ideas. That is one. The next one, it helps in making decision. Next one, there is a good relationship and even feel less lonely at work. The next one, it sharpens the country experience. As the country that has received a meeting, there is some sharpening, a great sharpening of the country experience. Because when the meeting becomes like a program, it comes on this year and after year, it goes on another country, there is a sharpening of an experience. The next one, it gains and shares the new ideas and best practice. The next one, learn about latest innovation and insights. The next one, meet, influence, and industry experience face to face and make a new contact and stay connected with a friend and colleagues, and that is team buildings. So let's look a bit on the contribution of international meeting to the development of the hotel and tourism itself. So by providing the employment and contribution to the improvement of local infrastructure, the hospitality industry is one of the many drivers in the growth of the local societies. Enhancement of living standards and decrease of crime rates in a community where it conducts business. And attending an international meeting allows the hotel to meet people from all around the world, and if it's feasible, include a few well-known figures from your field of the study and work. That is some contribution of international meeting on the developments. So let's look a bit on some types of the meetings. I've divided it into two forms. One is formal and next is informal. We shall come in a deep. So the next one is, let's look on some recommendations. So in here in my book, I really recommend the local societies to approach the hotel through like a job post and international meetings. It plays a great role on hospitality, the hotel and the tourism. Like it employs a great number of the people and gives some jobs on the people around the hospitality and even in a hospitality destination. So I want to thank you on the president of the panel and the panel members and even my audience. So this is a good moment where you can get a moment of asking me any question if there is any question and any comments. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. And thank you so much for using your time wisely. So we have gone through your book. We have some concerns. Let me start from your cover page. What is the type of cover page have you used? Do you know the cover page you can use in your hospitality department?
Yes.
Which color can you use?
For me, I've chosen a blue.
Why did you choose the blue? Why you are supposed to use the yellow?
Choose a yellow. It does not come out visible well.
You don't want to follow the rules and the regulations of Mipc or just writing this dissertation. Don't follow the rules and the regulations. Okay?
Yeah.
Make sure that on the final you use the yellow as your department's color. Okay? Right. The second one I have some concern on your topic.
Yes.
For me, should be the contribution of international meetings, not international meeting. Okay? Should be the contribution of international meetings to the development of hospitality and tourism industry in Rwanda, rather than just laying to the hotel and the tourism of Rwanda. Should be to the hospitality and the tourism industry in Rwanda. Then when you say to the hotels, some sectors were limiting to benefit from this international meeting. When you say to the hospitality and the tourism industry in Rwanda, it can be better than just saying to the hotel and tourism of Rwanda. Right?
I think it was a problem of the topic, but I've given a topic as a hotel.
It's the reason why we're here, just for making some connections. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Good. So let's move to the page 4. Can you just open your book?
Page 4.
Yes, page 4.
Yes, I'm there.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Can we just read 1.5?
1.5 is the research questions.
Okay, how many questions do you have here?
3.
Can you read the first one?
Illustrate the benefits of holding an international meeting as a country.
Is it a question?
Yeah, no, it's not a question. It's a grammatical error here.
Can you read the third one?
The third one is to explain the types of international meetings.
Is it a question?
No, it's not a question.
Is what?
It seems like a
How can
question.
you formulate these questions? From the first one?
From the first one.
How can you formulate this question?
I've just
For me, the first one is not a question.
It's a question.
Are you sure? The first one is a question.
Because it is asking.
Illustrate the benefit of the holding international meeting as a country. Is it a question?
Yeah, because I'm asking someone to illustrate. That's why I call it a question.
You are recommending someone to do something.
Yeah, and by asking.
No, my friend, you are not asking. You are just recommending someone illustrate. You are recommending someone. You are not asking. You are recommending someone. Even the third one. Explain. You are recommending someone what to do. It's not a question. Okay? You just think again so that you can formulate all these questions. Right? Let's move to the last page. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, right. You just open on this page. If you have a book.
On page.
Yes, that's one. Part 3. The questions to be addressed to the local authorities. Part 3. Questions to be addressed to the local authorities. Right? Can you just read it for me? Dear respond. You just read?
Last page.
It's right, it's last page. On which page?
Normally, number B, 5. Can we just read?
Yeah. Dear respondents,
Uh-huh.
I'm a student.
You just go slow and then we'll come. Go.
Okay. I'm a student at University of Muba Integrated Polytechnic College in the Department of Hospitality Management.
Uh-huh.
I'm carrying out an academic research on the role of hospitality industry to the community development in Rwanda.
Okay, why stop there? What is your topic?
It's the contribution of international.
What about this one?
It's
Maybe you have 2 topics in one book, a single book.
so I'm just trying to write this so as to help the people to understand well. It's clear.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Why do you write it and why you are a Christian?
No, I'm not
So you
writing.
did this and the mistake, you have to correct it, right?
Okay,
And you say the role of hospitality industry management to community development in Rwanda. Well, your topic is?
contribution of international.
Oh, correct. Make a correction, my friend. Okay. Thank you so much. Those were my concerns. Let me give the floor to the main assessor. Maybe he has many questions and deep observation.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Mr. Eli, good morning.
Good morning.
Please stand up. I don't remember you very well. Please, can you tell us about yourself?
I'm Angelo Fasha, and I'm a student of Mipc as an institution in a department of hospitality in the faculty of hospitality and tourism management. Thank you.
Sit down. Question number 1. The topic is the contributions of international meetings to the development of hospitality and tourism of Rwanda. What does it mean?
Yeah, it means that before I got in this topic, so I've attended the program as an international meeting before I decided to come in deep of this topic. So the contribution of international meeting to the development of Rwanda, already I've seen that there is a many contribution of that meetings. It means that there are some benefits that hospitality or hotel and tourism does receive from the meeting. That's why I'll just take a moment of writing this.
What is program?
The program is an international meeting where it stands for the Commonwealth Head of Government Meetings. It's a meeting that attended or that participated by the government's heads or the presidents of the countries.
Can you convince the audience about a research project submitted to Mabuga Integrated Polytechnic College?
Can I convince them?
Yes.
Yeah, I may convince them.
How and why?
One, I will use this tool I've just printed. The way I can convince them, so just there is a benefit. Let me just for the benefit that's received by the country within a meeting. So the country does receive a benefit because, for instance, when the meeting comes within Rwanda, for instance, the program, as you have seen, there is some roads that has already constructed within the money. That's one. The next one, many people has water trouble. That's its importance to the country because if the people get a job, there's some percentage that they pay within taxes, which is called pay as you earn. That it's a tax that paid by people who has already given a job. That's one. The next one, as a country, it gets or it improves the experience. After receiving one meeting next one, I can convince them by showing them how the hotel benefit to the community or to the people. One, the hotel gives many benefits to the guests. Like for instance, it gives food, drinks, and some lodges and accommodation to them. That's a huge benefit that people benefits from the meeting. Thanks.
Can you differentiate what you can call general objective and specific objectives?
Yeah, when we say a general objective and a specific objective, one is what do you focus on before you take as a topic? What do you focus on? That is what I do call the general, in the general. As I call it a contribution of international meeting to the hospitality of Rwanda. So the next one, when you say a specific objective, in a specific, you just specify one by one. For me, I've decided to group it within a three as one. One is advantages or the benefit as a country that has received a meeting. What does it benefit from the meeting? The next one, it was about the contribution of international meeting to the hospitality itself. Next one was about types. That is what we call the specific by specification.
Clarify what you can call personal interests, social interests, and scientific interests. That is the last question.
Thank you. So when we call an interest, it's what the people or what others will benefit from you. Let me start from the personal. When you say the personal interest, it means that as a writer or as I want to take a decision of writing, what I will benefit. One, I will benefit to put into action what I got from my class. That's one. Next one, it's a chance of illustrating what I took from the field. That's one as a personal. That is a personal interest. The next one, it's a social. What is the social around me? What they will benefit from me? Then the first one, they will get a chance of understanding. Does hotel and tourism receives a benefit from an international meeting? They will get some ideas and being aware of what I've wrote in my book. And next one, they will get a chance of getting some experience about the hospitality, because I've just tried to clarify or to explain some types, and even there's some definition of the hotel. That's what the social around will get from me. Next one, it's a scientific, I think.
Yes.
The scientific, for instance, there are some people who are following me, or they are in our classes, they will given the topic as I've given. What they benefit from me, it will be like a sample or a guideline for them. That is what they benefit from me.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you, my assessor. Thank you, Henry. Before I hand over the floor to your supervisor, I still have some concerns to ask you. Right? Alright. Assume you get a chance of being appointed as the governor of government projects. What can you do for just getting a chance to host some international meetings here in Northern Project?
What I will do so as to see.
As you get a chance to host some international meetings here in Northern Projects. Assume you get a chance to be appointed as the governor of Northern Projects. What can you do for just facilitating those international meetings to be hosted in these projects?
So thank you for a good question, and I wish to be, because there are many things that I don't have to collect as mine. So one, it's just to build some modern hotels, because within, let's take for instance the city center hotel, those hotels within these Musans, so it does not have a good shape. For me, I wish.
What do you want to be?
I wish, as a Rwanda, to have a hotel which is specified or which gives an image of a traditional Rwanda. as a senator did. So when what I want to mean is this: within a city, we may have a symbol of an event. Like to build a hotel, for instance, Mabura has just tried.
So maybe in northern province do not have that problem having those international hotels, because the hotels we have, they accommodate some visitors from abroad, the VIPs. There's no problem about the hotels in northern province. Maybe you have another challenges.
Yeah.
You can focus on another challenges you have there for just hosting those international meetings.
Let me come indeed. So I mean, it was a problem when I was in research. There is no traditional tools within the city. I don't know if you have seen. Because there is one point, it's next to the Muhabura, there is some traditional center, I think, but it's like one. Because for me, I want to make this city as a culture center. That's what I want to make. The next one is just to expand these cities as a main center of northern province by expanding some roads. Like for instance, I've seen some roads which is being constructed, like that road from Ine to the Volcano National Park. That is a good idea. So
okay, thank you so much. That was a question to ask you. As one who did research on international meetings. Okay? What's the recent international meeting we hosted here in the country? The recent. It
has hosted within a convention center.
The name of that international meeting. The recent international meeting.
It was a program.
Are you sure? The recent one. The recent one.
It was that one that collected.
By the way, just classify well.
It is called. I don't know when it's named, but Somalia, it has collected the people's that phrase football.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Yari. Let's give the floor to the supervisor. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Eddie, for good presentation. And I appreciate how you answer the questions. Thank you so much. And now I have some questions. I need your answer from this question. By convincing the audience, explain the types of international meetings.
Types. The international meeting has many types. Let me come within like three. Or yeah, I can just explain three and you can. So let's come within two forms. Within when you say international meeting, there's what you call a committee meeting. When you say a committee meeting, at those meetings that meets the committees of the readers that reads that meeting. That is what we call the committee meeting. And there is another one which is called one-of-one. One-of-one, it is one kind of a meeting. So in a program, I've seen that there is some simple meetings. I don't know if I can call it a simple, that has just meets or meted the people like one president of the country and another president, or just three. That is another one type of a meeting. And there is another meeting which is called a public meeting. When you say a public meeting, it's a meeting that you have seen which is open to everyone. Everyone can participate in that meeting, which is called a public meeting. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Supervisor. And thank you, Mr. Yari. Still have some concern to us.
Yes, of course.
Where do you go?
It's my mom. And
my mom is there?
Yeah, she's around.
She understands English?
No, she understands a simple phrase.
Alright, can you just stand up?
Yeah.
Maybe I think she prays a great law in your studies.
Of course.
Alright. Can can you summarize your topic, your research in Kinyarwanda, so that it can just get what you did?
Okay, thank you. Arakoze cyane uyu mwanya mwiza amaye kugira ngo bafashe kumva ese niyo topic cyangwa se gusobanura topic yawe. So nakoze ku mumaro w'inama mpuzamahanga. Ese ni iki inama mpuzamahanga imariye abo gutera ubukerarugendo muri rusange? So naje gusanga nari nafashe icyo bita case study cyangwa se aho narebera cyangwa se aho nakwifasha cyangwa se aho narebera bari bambaye program cyangwa se iriya nama yahuzaga abakuru b'ibihugu yabaye muri 2022. So nasanze iriya nama mpuzamahanga ituma habaho itangwa ry'akazi. Icyo ni icyambere kubera ko twajyaga twumva bari kuvuga ngo nibyo biramubiranga mu nama cyangwa se nibyo ushobora gukora ibi amahoteli menshi yagiye abona yempuroyingi cyangwa se atanga akazi ku bantu benshi. Ikindi ibikorwa remezo byinshi byarubatse mwajyaga mubona imihanda y'ubakwaga mu ijoro rimwe kubera ko bamenye ko inama y'uyu munsi amasoko akiyongera ni ibyo urumva hari icyo biba bimarira hoteli kuko niba mwaka ibikorwa remezo hafi ya hoteli urumva n'iyo nama izagenda bazabikora kuko abandi bakerarugendo cyangwa se abandi bashyitsi bazabona ahantu banyura. Ikindi inama mpuzamahanga nasanze imarira hoteli cyangwa se no sosiyete nyarwanda muri rusange ni uko nasanze hari ababyungukiramo kuba babonamo reka bwite ubuvuzi cyangwa se kubona ibikorwa remezo byubakwa. Nanahereye ku mihanda ariko hari ibitaro byagiye bivugururwa kugira ngo abashyitsi bazabone aho bivuriza, hari amasitade yagiye avugururwa n'ibindi byinshi byagiye bivugururwa. Muri make rero nasanze inama mpuzamahanga hari icyo zimarira hoteli cyangwa se n'ubukerarugendo muri rusange. Urakoze.
Thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much, representative. So we are going to go out and then we are going to assess if your book can be accepted or refused. And then we'll let you know. On the 29th March 2023, the panel of the Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism gathered in the meeting room of Mipc in conformity with the general academic regulations, and they proceeded on assessment of a dissertation presented by Mr. Shyira, registration number Mipc 19/1798, Department of Hospitality Management, on the topic the contribution of international meetings to development of the hotels and tourism in Rwanda, a case study Chogan. Afterwards, the panel has given out the following observation. Collect your cover page. Formulate well your research questions. Collect some grammatical errors. Accordingly, the panel accepted the dissertation and granted the candidate the grade of 18.
Wow.
Just take back your books and then you make collection. You're still working closely with